The front view of a line capital PQ, 80 mm long, measures 50 mm and is inclined to XY line at 50 degrees. One end of the line P is 20 mm above HP and 25 mm in front of VP. Draw the front view and top view of the line and find the inclination with HP and VP. So as we know, the front view of a line capital PQ 80 mm long measures 50 mm and is inclined to XY line at 50 degrees. So first, NP is 20 mm above HP and 25 mm in front of VP. So when you look from the front view, we can see the distance above HP. So that distance is seen in vertical plane, and you mark this point as P dash. And then 25 mm in front of VP. In front of VP, distance is seen in the HP. So we're going to mark this point as P, increase in front of VP by 15 mm. So once you get this point, then here he says the front view line is 50 mm inclined at 50 degrees to the XY line. So from P dash, you measure a length of 50 mm inclined at 50 degrees and draw a inclined line. So we got the locus of Q in the front view. And also we know the true length. So the true length of 80 mm with P dash as center, take the radius of 80 mm and cut an arc on the locus of Q. You will going to get capital PQ1. And you mark this point as Q1 dash and then draw a locus of Q here. So now, as we know, this is the front view. The top view point should lie on this end projector. So you draw a end projector now here. So with Q1 dash as center, so here, since this is the true length in the vertical plane, you make that line parallel to VP now. So to make that true length in VP, so the line has to be parallel to VP. So NP is in front of VP by 25 mm. That Q1 should also be in front of VP by 25 mm. So when you draw this, you will get this point. PQ1 is the line which is parallel to VP. So we can see capital P and capital Q1 which is parallel to VP. So with PQ1 as the radius, with P as center, taking the radius of PQ1, draw an arc such that it will going to cut on this end projector line so that you will going to get this point here. So that is the point what you are getting here. So when you are rotating with PQ1 in space, when you are getting it to this point, so that means that here in the image with P as center, PQ1 as the radius, you draw an arc such that it will going to cut on this end projector line. You will going to mark this point as small q, then join P to Q with a line, so that will going to become the top view. Once you get the top view, so you're going to get the locus of Q in the top view. So now we need to find out the true length in the horizontal plane. So to find the true length in the horizontal plane, with P as center, taking the radius of PQ, rotate that, make it parallel to HP. So that means P is above HP by 20 mm and Q2 should also be above HP by 20 mm. So PQ2 is the line which is parallel to HP. So when you look from the top view, you will going to get the true length in the horizontal plane, which is PQ2. So when you're rotating in space, when you look from the front view, the rotation of this will be on the image, will be on the vertical plane with P dash as center, taking the radius of P dash Q dash, draw an arc such that it will going to be both P dash and Q dash which is above HP by 20 mm. Now the line is parallel to HP. Then when you are projecting that point onto the locus of Q, you will going to get the top view true length. So this is how we will be able to analyze in 3 dimension. Now that is what we have shown in the orthographic view also with P dash as center. So the P is above HP by 20 mm and P is in front of EP by 25 mm. So we got this P dash and P. Then we know that the true apparent inclination and the front view, which is 50 degrees, and draw a line inclined at 50 degrees with 50 mm line. So we got the locus of Q in the front view, and as we know the locus of Q in the front view, he has given the true length also, which is 80 mm with P dash as center. Cut an arc on the locus of Q, you will going to get the Q1 dash, then join P dash Q1 dash, and since it is the true length, you mark this as capital P and capital Q. Then as we know the front view, the top view point of the end projector of Q should lie on this end projector. So you take the front view. This is the true length in the vertical plane, so it should be parallel to the XY line in the top view. So you make it PQ1, which is parallel to XY line, and then with P as center, taking the radius of PQ1, draw an arc such that it will going to cut on this end projector line. So you're going to get the top view. Once you get the top view, you get the locus of Q. Then to find out the true length in the horizontal plane, with P dash as center, taking the radius of P dash Q dash, draw an arc, and then make it parallel to a XY line in the front view. Its corresponding top view will be in the true length. So you're going to get PQ2, which will going to be capital P and capital Q. So this is how we can be analyzing the orthographic view also. So now we will going to see in the step by step. So first we have considered NP above HP and in front of VP. So you know the front view angle and we know the front view in the true length. So once you know the front view and the true length in the front view, so you know that this is the line which is parallel to VP. So because it is the true length. So when you rotate it in space such that this Q1 should lie on this end projector, so it is lying on the end projector. So you are going to get this. So when you are rotating like this, what it means that when you look from the top view, that image will going to be rotated in the horizontal plane. So you are going to get this point Q. Once you get this point Q, so you got the top view and you got the locus of Q. That is what we have shown here. So we have drawn this. So we know the top view point should lie on this end projector. So we are projecting the front view, which is P dash, Q1 dash, and you draw a vertical projector from Q1 dash to the top view. So PQ1 is the distance which is in front of VP by 25 mm. So now the line is parallel to VP. So its corresponding top view will be, front view will be in true length with P as center, but PQ1 as the radius. This Q1 should not be in front of VP by 25 mm, but Q1 should lie on this end projector. So you draw an arc such that it will going to cut this end projector here, and you mark this point as small q, then join P to Q with a dotted line. So you're going to get the locus of Q in the top view. Once you get the locus of Q, now we need to find out the top view true length. So for that, you take the front view and you rotate it and make it parallel to XY line in the front view. So its corresponding top view is projected onto the locus of Q in the top view. You will going to get Q2. So then join PQ2, which will going to be the true length in the top view. So as we know, the front view is parallel to XY line. Its corresponding top view will be in true length. So that is what we have shown in the 3D also. We have rotated in space, make it parallel to HP. So you are getting the true length in HP. So this is how you will be able to solve this problem, analyze this problem both in the sketch, both in 3 dimension and also in the orthographic view. Now we will try to solve the problem in the sketchbook. So first we will going to draw the XY line and mark VP and HP. So here the NP is 20 mm above HP and 25 mm in front of VP. So from the XY line, you measure 20 mm above XY line and draw a horizontal thin projector line. Similarly, with 25 mm in front of VP, so from XY line, you measure 25 mm line and you draw a horizontal line. So consider any point and draw a vertical projector so that it will going to get these two horizontal line at P dash and P respectively. So once you get this point from P dash, by using the protractor, you measure an angle of 50 degree and then draw an inclined line. Then draw the inclined line. So by using the compass, you measure a distance of 50 mm with P dash as center, cut an arc on this inclined line, and you mark this point as Q dash and draw a horizontal dash dot line so that you will going to get the locus of Q. So this will going to be the locus of Q in the front view. Then with join P dash Q dash with a dark line. So the true length of the line 80 mm is known with P dash as center. Again, taking the compass, you measure a distance of 80 mm, cut on the locus of Q so that you will going to get this point Q1 dash. So this is, since it is the true length, you mark it as P in bracket and Q also in bracket. Join P dash Q1 dash with little bit thicker than the XY line. So now as we know that the front view, so the top view point of this should lie on this end projector. From Q dash, you draw a vertical projector from Q dash to the top view. Then as we know, the front view, the true length in the front view is P dash Q1 dash. So now from Q1 dash, you draw a vertical projector such that it will touches the locus of P in the top view. So that means both P and Q1 should be in front of VP by 25 mm. But Q1 should not be in front of VP by 25 mm, but instead that Q1 should lie on this end projector, which is drawn from Q dash. With P as center, by taking the radius of PQ1 using the compass, you draw a smooth arc such that it will going to cut this end projector. So you will going to mark this point as small q. Then join P to Q with a dark line. Once you get Q, so you will going to get the locus of Q in the top view, and you draw a horizontal dash dot line, and you mark this as the locus of Q. Then we need to find out the true length in the horizontal plane. So with P dash as center, taking the radius of P dash Q dash, you draw an arc such that both P dash and Q2 dash should be above HP by 20 mm. Once you get this point Q2 dash, and then draw a vertical projector from Q2 dash to the locus of Q in the top view, and it will going to cut the locus of Q here, and you mark this point as Q2 and join P and Q2 with little bit thicker than the XY line. As we know that P dash Q2 dash is parallel to XY in the front view, its corresponding top view PQ2 will be in true length. So you mark this point as capital P and capital Q in bracket, and then show the dimensions of 20, 25 and the front view which is 50, the inclination made by the front view which is 50 degrees, and the true length line of 80 mm, and then measure, then show the true inclination with respect to HP as theta and with respect to VP as phi, and the apparent inclination with respect to VP as beta. Then by using the protractor, you measure the true inclination with respect to HP, which is theta, which will be 29 degrees, and by using with P as center with respect to the horizontal line, you measure the true inclination with respect to VP, which is phi, which is 51 degrees, and apparent inclination with respect to VP as beta, which will going to be 63 degrees. Then when you are doing it in computer, that is in CAD, theta will be 28.61 degrees, phi will be 51.32 degrees, and beta will be 62.77 degrees. So this is how you will be able to solve the problem in the sketch.